If you're making slower progress on the drums than you had hoped, and you're more and more frustrated because yet another year has gone by and you're not really any better than you were last year, then today's lesson is for you. What's really going on here? How can we avoid stagnating like this? What if you could consistently grow on the drums so that you actually reach your goals and your dreams, and you feel like you're finally not wasting time anymore and you have something to show for your efforts? This is very possible for you, but it's not always easy. First, we've got to push past a big mistake that a lot of beginners are making that is keeping them stuck, and this very well could be you. The secret to extraordinary growth is actually very simple, but you have to do this the right way. And so today I'll share with you, in a nutshell, what took me from self-taught beginner playing drums in my bedroom to gigging and recording pro in less time than you might think and with less daily practice than you might think. You can do this. Stick with me today. Let's dive in. Okay, what is the big mistake that beginner drummers are making? I see this over and over again in new students, in new potential students that I'm working with, maybe in a coaching group, or a new student who comes to me. A lot of times what I find is they're always in this mindset of, I've got to find the next thing to practice. I'm always, watching this YouTube channel and buying these books and downloading these PDFs and working these exercises. And before you know it, you've got 100 boxes you're trying to check because you're always trying to find the next thing to practice. And really what this means is that instead of having this mindset, you've got to turn this around and do the thing that nobody really seems to do these days. You know what it is? Pick a method and stick to it for 1 year. I mean, if we just step back and look at life in general, how many of us stick to something for an entire year? In January, we have great big dreams for habits we're going to form and things we're going to do, usually fitness related. By the end of the year, I'm going to do this and that for the next 12 months. How many times do we actually follow through with it? The stats are always very depressing on this, how faltering we tend to be on this. But imagine, okay, what if you were to pick a method, pick something to practice on the drums and stick to that for an entire year instead of hopping from one thing to the next, always looking for the next thing to practice? Ultimately, that is the solution here, but we're going to unpack how to do this and what this means, because really the biggest problem that I'm seeing in beginners who have big dreams, they want to be able to create and improvise on the drums. They want to have the limb freedom to play what they want to play. They want to be able to nail songs and improvise their way through songs. They want to play with a band, jam with others, be able to record. All these great things that are totally achievable for you. These things are not out of your reach. But the problem that holds back so many drummers is the inability or unwillingness to commit. And so think about that for a second. Just do some self-reflection. Am I willing to commit to the outcome I want? Am I willing to really commit? Because committing to something, that involves a real investment, a huge investment of your time and your energy. Your time and your energy are limited. But if you actually commit to something, you're going to get that big payoff in the end. So how badly do you want to master the drums, and are you willing to commit? This is where so many people get stuck because they never commit. But I don't want that to be you. So let's get a little more nitty-gritty here and get into some practical steps for how we can make this happen. 3 steps to growing fast in the next year. Whether you're watching this video when it's coming out here in May, or you're watching this in January or end of the year, whatever time of the year you're watching this, I hope you have big goals and dreams on the drums. I want to help you grow fast over the next 12 months or whatever time period. It really doesn't matter. Step number 1, pick a method and stick to it. Now, that's what I already told you, but let's talk about what this might look like. This might just mean finding a teacher. Find a teacher. I will tell so many of the people I interact with here online are self-taught, and that's why they're learning online, right? You're probably learning online because you would call yourself self-taught because you've never taken formal lessons. But I would strongly encourage you to find a teacher, whether local or online, and stick with that teacher's method, ignoring everything else. Now, that's important there. Whatever method you choose, whatever teacher you choose to learn from, ignore everything else. This is what I tell all new private coaching students that I have, whether they're doing one-on-one coaching with me or they're in one of my coaching groups. What I will tell them is just practice this, this thing that I'm giving you here. This is all you got to practice. 30 minutes a day, 4 or 5 days a week. Commit to this for the next year. This is all you got to do. Ignore everything else. You're allowed to not watch my YouTube videos. You're allowed to not watch that person's YouTube videos, to ignore all that stuff. Shove all that aside, laser focus, tunnel vision, just focus on this. Because what so many beginners fail to do is actually mastering a few things. Because here's the deal, if you can master a few things, a few simple things, that mastery carries over into the rest of your drumming. But if you're skimming the surface, checking boxes, you never master anything, and you're just constantly floundering, and you're not growing, and you're stuck, and you have nothing to show for your hours and hours and hours of practice, even over the course of a year. So you've got to go deep with a few things and stay focused. So pick a teacher, whether it's me or anybody else or a local teacher. That's great if you can find a local teacher who's really good and who you like. Stick with that teacher's method, ignore everything else. Because that laser focused tunnel vision, committing to that singular thing, mastering that simple method, that is what is going to lead you to mastery. And that's always part of my pitch to my coaching programs when I'm talking to potential students. Like, hey, if you want to streamline this, if you want to practice less, fewer things, and make a ton of progress in the next year, just practicing 30 minutes a day, only practice what I give you, and you can absolutely do it. It's all about simplicity. Hey, if you don't have access to a local teacher, or you're kind of just not sure where to start here, at least come to my Fills Challenge. I just told you about it, and I'll remind you again at the end. Come to my Fills Challenge because I will give you a simple method for getting really good at fills. And in the process, you're going to build coordination. You're going to improve your hand technique. You're going to improve your listening, your creativity. All these side benefits come with it. And so come to the Play Effortless Fills Challenge. Like I said, even if the dates and times don't work for you, grab a ticket anyways. Watch the replays. You'll have access to those during the week of the challenge. And so you can watch them on your own time and take action with us. I really want you to come because it's going to help you out so much. Students walk away from this with newfound confidence, realizing how creative they actually are, finding they don't have to think as hard when they play anymore because great sounds and ideas are just flowing out of them. If that's where you want to be and do it in just 4 short days, come to the Fills Challenge. And so this will help you get started with picking a singular method and sticking to it. So, okay, that's really the big core thing today. That's the biggest thing I want you to walk away with. If you turn off the video now, big takeaway is pick a method and stick to it. But what might this look like, and why is this important? Let's get into a little more detail here. Step 2, practice something that challenges your coordination every day. Because that's what you're going to be doing if you have a good teacher and that teacher gives you a simple method and says, just do this every day. That method should be pushing your coordination. My method, my personal, the non-glamorous method that my private coaching students work through. I have an exclusive method book that just my private coaching students have access to. It is literally designed to build your coordination and your creativity so that you have limb freedom to play whatever you want to play. You're coming up with great ideas. You're executing the ideas flawlessly so that you can improvise and create and sound amazing and be able to play with a band and not have to think when you play so that you literally sound like the drummer on your favorite song. You have to build coordination in order to get there. You have to be working on coordination every day. And so every great teacher should be giving you a simple method for doing that. So what I recommend, if you want to get started on this for free, like if you feel like, I don't know what to do right now, go to my website, go to nonglamorousdrummer.com, and just go to the free e-guides page. So I have these PDFs that I've been putting out for years. And the ones that I have on the website have been the most helpful to the most people over the years. And a couple of these are specifically on the topic of coordination. And really all of these work your coordination in some way or another. And so just go grab one of those and just decide, I'm going to stick to this and I'm going to work through this and I'm going to focus on this until I've got some coordination happening. Because remember, the goal here is pick a method, stick to it. And so if you want to go this on your own, if you're not able to find a teacher, if that's just not working out and not an option for you, at least find one of these free PDFs, download it, print it out, take it to your practice room, and start practicing that way. Or come to the Fills Challenge. I'll give you some resources there so that you've got a very focused practice session, and you can ask me questions too because we can hang out. It's a coaching event, and so that's the benefit of coming to the Fills Challenge. But practically speaking, you've got to be pushing your limb coordination, your four-way coordination every day, taking action on something, practicing something every day, because that is where you see rapid growth. What I experienced as a beginner, I was struggling to play this particular song with a tom groove in it. This is back when I was in high school. I was a new beginner. I was starting to play at my church. And the song was called Sing, Sing, Sing by Chris Tomlin. And it was very tom-based, a lot like the Benny Goodman Sing, 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 strangely enough. And the whole song was this boom, 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 boom. I had so little coordination, I struggled to play through it. I was having to think really hard. I was frustrated. I looked angry and constipated. I got done playing one Sunday morning and my Sunday school teacher was like, "Steven, you need to smile more when you play." And I was like, "I can't smile because I'm trying so hard to not fall apart and not crash and burn." But then the craziest thing, so I'm working on the daily coordination method that my teacher gave me. 3 months later, we play that song again on a Sunday morning. It feels totally different. It feels effortless. I flow right through it without thinking. I don't know that I was smiling. Can't say I was smiling, but I didn't look angry and constipated like I did before because now I wasn't having to think as hard. That was all because of a coordination method I was sticking to for the long haul, practicing from every day. After 3 months, there was a huge difference. You can experience that kind of growth too, but you got to have a coordination method you're sticking with. Okay, step 3. This is a big one. Because if you only do steps 1 and 2, that's great, but that's just the technical side of things, and you're still going to potentially get frustrated, burned out, lose motivation, and you're practicing as one-sided. Step 3 is listen to a new song every day and challenge yourself to actually learn a new song every week. So does this make sense? Sit down and just listen to a song through headphones once a day, like a new song every day. But once a week, have a song of the week that you're going to really learn on the drums. And do all of this by ear. That's the key. I don't want you downloading drum transcriptions or drum tabs. I won't tell you, like, don't ever watch a drum cover. Sometimes drum covers can be helpful for seeing what's going on. There are some helpful ones out there, especially for a lot of stuff we play in church. If you're playing at church and you're getting started, you can watch some videos of playthroughs of people showing how these songs go. And so that can be helpful, but I strongly encourage you, avoid the drum transcriptions. Learn things by ear. Challenge yourself to just see what all can I hear in this song? What all can I listen to? What all can I notice? If you've struggled with this, come to the Fills Challenge. I'll tell you this over and over again. One of the biggest things that you come away from the Fills Challenge with is the ability to hear things in songs you haven't heard before. Because that's critical to playing fills that fit. You have to understand how the song works. You have a better ear than you think. And I prove it to you at the Fills Challenge. So come and hang out, and we'll get your ears squared away. So you'll find yourself way more confident in your ability to learn songs by ear. That's critical. My whole practice session as a beginner was about 45 minutes, I don't think any more than that, of the technical stuff, building coordination. And then the rest of my practicing, which was sometimes all day because I was a high school kid, was just playing through songs. And so spend 30 to 45 minutes working on your coordination, the technical stuff. And then spend the second half of your practicing another 30, 45 minutes or more if you can, just listening to songs, playing songs, having fun. Because if you do that, your practicing is well balanced, you're having fun, you're staying motivated. The songs and the music, that's reminding you why you're getting into this in the first place. And the technical stuff is giving you the skills to then play the songs and have more fun with the songs. So it literally is like this upward spiral, this really good feedback loop that keeps you going and keeps you motivated. So that's it. Those 3 things. Pick a method, stick to it. Be building coordination every day. Find a teacher if you can. Come to my Fills Challenge if you feel like you're floundering and you're lost and you don't know where to start. Listen to music. Challenge yourself to learn stuff by ear and be okay with just kind of figuring it out. That's how, if you ask any of the best drummers in the world how they got good at playing songs, they'll tell you, yeah, I just put on records and tried to play along. That's how you get good at this stuff. So if you do commit, because what's the overarching thing here? You've got to commit to this for the long haul. You have to be willing to commit, to stick with something, to not skim the surface of 1,000 things, but to go deep with one thing, getting better and better at that thing over the long haul. That is how you master the drums, and you make exponential progress in shorter a time than you thought possible. This is why I'm always encouraging students to join my coaching groups, because this is what we do. We condense the practicing into these shorter practice sessions where you're practicing high-value things that really transform your playing. That way you grow a ton in 12 months, or even 6 months. You grow a ton in these shorter amounts of time than if you're floundering on your own and skimming the surface and never really mastering anything. So I want you to go deep. I want you to commit, because if you do that, that's going to be the best decision that you ever made. Your future self is going to thank you, because you're going to become that amazing sounding drummer you've always wanted to be. You're going to grow faster in less time. You're going to have productive practice sessions, so you're going to feel good about your accomplishment each day as you practice. You're not going to be stuck anymore, and you're actually going to reach your goals and dreams of becoming that amazing sounding drummer who can create, who can improvise, who is well coordinated, so you're not having to think while you play, so you can learn songs quickly, play by ear, jam with people, all those things we want to do. You can get there faster than you think. This is how you do it. All right. I hope today has been helpful to you. Hey, it's been conceptual. It's been about mindset. We haven't done any physical playing. But sometimes the most productive things you can do are to step back and think, what am I doing here? What am I not doing here? How can I change my approach? A lot of times the most productive lessons with my one-on-one coaching students are where we just sit there and we talk. Sometimes we're not even playing because it all starts up here. So have fun putting this into practice. Take action. Come to the Phil's Challenge. Link is below. Stay non-glamorous. Know that you can do this. You can master the drums. You just got to take action and stick with it. I'll see you on the next lesson.